A very good day to you, my friends out there in YouTube land. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and as you can see, I've got my little shadow in the background as become regular now. So, as the great bard Bill Shakespeare once said, all that glitters is not gold. Sometimes it's semi-precious gems. So today, we're going to test that with a bag of GIZMO'S SUPREMO, the medium-sized bag from LYNCH Mining. So, let us turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, this table, and see how we go. Well, I was almost through the intro when the rain started hitting, so we'll see if it's gonna continue or if it's gonna pass on us here. We're gonna try to get a little bit done. I'm kind of short on time with all the hurricane jobs that I'm caught up in, so I ended up with a couple hours this afternoon that I needed to try to get this in, so we'll see what we can do. So yes, here we've got the GIZMO'S SUPREMO PAYDIRT bag from LYNCH Mining. This is the medium-sized bag. I've done the smaller bag on, it's actually episode 24 on my channel. I'll leave a link to it at the end of the video there in the final screen, but it came in the little bubble wrap bag. I also included a bag of LYNCH PAYDIRT with this as well. And on the day I ordered it, said if orders would receive a free pin. And I've never gotten anything when I ordered from these guys, but actually instead of a free pin, I got the GIZMO'S SUPREMO chapstick. So I finally got something from them ordering from LYNCH Mining. So there's that. But this bag is a 1 gram guarantee. It sells for $82.35. Of course, with LYNCH, it's actually $183 regularly, right? But it's $82.35 with their never-ending Black Friday sale. So this bag is said to contain possibly peridot, rubies, sapphires, turquoise, topaz, amethyst, and even Apache tears. So I did get Apache tear and some peridot, along with the stuff out of my first bag that I did of the small bags. So, and then they've got the next one up. I think it's like 150, 100. I don't remember now what the next size up. But this order, it was $9 and what is it? $9.10, I think it is, shipping. But I included a 5-pound bag of the Vulture PAYDIRT with this whenever I threw it in the order. So actually I didn't even intend to order this. I was just checking because I got one of my usual daily LYNCH Mining emails, and it said, you know, shipping discounts, big shipping discounts. So I put in just to check what this bag would cost, and tacked on the oh, see, there's already some cool stuff showing up in there for sure. And when I went to check and see what the postage, if it reduced it, it with PayPal, it just automatically put it through. So I ended up ordering it, getting it ordered. So, but you know, it's not, like I said, I usually stick with their smaller bags, but I was kind of interested to see what this bigger one would be anyway. And for $82.35 and a 1 gram gold guarantee on it, that's not too bad of a premium compared to the bigger bags that they have. So let's see what like I said, I don't know if that could be that may be a ruby right there, because it's red. And then there's a piece of cloudy quartz maybe. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I don't know what raw sapphires or rubies look like, but that's a pretty cool glassy looking stone on that I think that is peridot there. I haven't seen it in that big of a chunks, but there's several pieces of that showing up in here, along with some more of that cloudy quartz. That is a piece of turquoise there. That's cool. So we'll see. But yeah, after doing the pan in a can gem can, I thought it would be cool to go ahead and keep the theme going and do the gizmo, since I already had that. There's some quartz pieces there that are cool. Another piece of that black. I'm just not sure what that is, but I know it's something. And then there's a nice big piece of amethyst. We'll wash all this stuff off and look at it. Quite a bit of little stuff showing up in here. Again, another piece of that. It's very black. Love the quartz. So this gold is said to have fines, some fine gold, flakes, pickers, and occasionally a nugget. So we'll see if we're on that occasion. There's more stuff falling out of here. So that's all right. All right. Well, let's see. There's a. I was really hoping there'd be an Apache tier in here, because those are cool with that translucent obsidian, green obsidian look. But this didn't have a weight on it, so I'd say it probably weighs about a little over a pound probably. But this stuff's actually 80% blonde sand and 20% magnetite, so black sand. So it's actually higher than the rate of the vulture bag, that was 15% and 85% blonde sand. So, but yeah, there's quite a few nice little pieces in there. We'll see what else shows up. But I'm not sure. Maybe if that's peridot, or that may be a lighter Apache tier than usually. They're rounder, and the ones that I've seen, I think that's peridot. It looks like it's the same color though as the rest of that. So all right. So there is our dirt. So let's transfer over to get this pan ready to go. We'll pour some water and try to beat the rain. And just to show you, this is what happens to plastic when it sits out in the Louisiana sun for well, since I started this in April. It's been sitting out here on the gold station, and you can see the sun just disintegrates it away. So yeah, I was wondering, how did this thing get cracked? And then I realized the whole thing was just crumbling away. So yeah, Rubbermaid is not made for outside, it's made for inside. But I think that was amusing that it crumbled away. That sun disintegrates that stuff. So all right, well, I'm not going to classify this down any more than it already is, because it's pretty fine stuff, as you can see. So we'll just take a bit of it here, and like I said, well, actually, I guess we should, before I do this, there's still some those little, maybe, I think those are pieces of ruby, that light red, from what I saw before on some other videos. I don't think that's I don't know, but I think that's ruby. Hold on. All right, let's do a little magnet check here and see what 20% magnetite looks like coming out of this stuff. More red gems popping up. But so yeah, it's a pretty good little amount of stuff clustering on here. Let's put the other back in and see what. Yeah, it's pulling up a pretty good amount. So there's that. Let's go ahead and put this. Everything's wet down now. It seemed like it was just sprinkling and it ended up actually raining. So, but we're going to go ahead and pull this stuff out because I'm not really worrying about getting the black magnetite experience on this stuff. I'm just wanting to get the gram out of it and get it before the rain before the rain moves back in. So I got some other stuff coming up that'll make up for not battling the magnetite in this one. So, but it's the most the 1 gram guarantee is definitely the most gold that I've done from Lynch now. So usually I haven't done anything more than the $16 to $17 bags. So this will be interesting to see what kind of gold we get out of this. I'm not seeing any flakes or pieces that are showing up anywhere on this yet. So we'll see what we get on the... Oh, here comes... I can hear the rain coming in the background. Damn it. And this, the other thing about this is it says that this is the only pay dirt that they have that comes from southern Arizona. I don't know if there's a difference in northern Arizona or southern Arizona on their stuff, but it sounds like this is their only. Boy, that muddies up that water. A lot of organics, but like it's the only pay dirt is what I get from it that comes from their area actually. So but I mean it's on the Gizmo. You can see it's on the description of the pay dirt when you go on the Lynch site. So it's, but it looks like most of it actually looks a little bit darker, I think, than a lot of their other. But it's still that same kind of fine desert-looking stuff that comes from that I've gotten off of their Vulture and the Belmont and the other Gizmo bag. So we'll just see what. But yeah, I went ahead and got the some more red. A lot of red showing up in this pan. The another one of the Vulture bags, just for mainly to get the black sand out of it, and you know get 2/10. I wanted to add something to the order for the postage since it was $9 for multiple bags and single or multiple. So I tacked that one on there to get a bit more black sand out because for what they if you want to just buy black sand, you can actually buy it online and from these companies, but for the price of it, it's almost better just to go ahead and get you a couple of $17 bags of Lynch Vulture and get your 2.2, 0.21 or better grams of gold out of it, and a nice pile of really fine magnetite out of each 5-pound bag. There's a lot of those little red pieces that keep popping up. But so yeah, so that's what I've got. I may do a little quick video on that one too, just to see what it how it comes out compared to the first bag of Lynch Vulture 5-pound bag I did. But yeah, man, look at all those lot of little red pieces showing up in there. And that's a little bit bigger red piece. I did not have those in the small Gizmo bag. The small gizmo bag did have quite a bit of peridot in it, though. Little smaller pieces, I think, than these are. But I'm still not sure that all that's. I mean, that looks like that could be Apache tier, just because it is somewhat translucent, as opposed to this peridot piece there that I think's peridot. Although, like I said, the peridots that I had before were more jaggedy and not so smooth like the Apache tiers tend to be. But we'll get them wet and check it out at the end too and see. But I am just not that up on the gemology of it. I do like sapphires. It'd be cool to have a sapphire or a nice yellow piece of topaz in there. I assume I think topaz should be yellow or that golden color. Something that looked kind of elongated popping up through there. I don't know if it was trash or... There's another... Like I said, there's quite a bit of the red showing up in this. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think the most I've gotten off of a lynch bag at one time is 0.21 grams off of... It might have been that small gizmo bag. But actually, I think I got a 0.21 off of the vulture too. But I've seen people that get as high as a quarter gram off of them. So you never know. But like I said, that's what it says in the description of this too. That, you know, it's the only pay dirt that comes from southern Arizona, and that every bag's different. There's a piece of gold showing up over there in the corner. There's not that much dirt in this bag, so yeah, I mean, there should, for a gram of gold in here, there should be a pretty good amount, you would think, to find in each pan. Another piece of peridot showing up there. After all that pyrite in the pan in a can, gem and gold can, it's funny not seeing any in this stuff, because that other was just loaded. And some really a bunch of little cubic pieces, as well as the fine crushed stuff that really made it hard to separate, and to made you look twice at your you know, gold at the end as you're cleaning it out, because it seemed like there was a lot more gold dust in there than there was once you got that pyrite out of there. But yeah, you can see there's still some decent amount of, looks like hematite in, yeah, hematite in this, and some flakes of gold showing up. It'd be nice, I mean, the small pieces that I've gotten off of the original Lynch Mining bag, and the Vulture, and the Belmont Mountain, and the GIZMO'S have still been some pretty, you know, it's very small, but when you zoom in on it, at the end, it would be some, you know, some pretty chunky little pieces there for what they were, not just flat and smooth, you know, river placer type, you know, river stuff out of these bags that had that kind of that lynch look to it, even in a small version. But yeah, that's the most gold I've seen from in a pan at one time from Lynch. So that's pretty cool. like I said, you get some of these bags, these 3-gram bags and the 5-gram bags, and you're paying an extra $60 and $100 or more for a premium over the gold value on them, and it's just not. I'm just not willing to. If I'm going to spend that kind of money over the cost of gold, I'm going to get more of the high grade or 22 karat or the some of that Gold Bay crystalline gold that was so beautiful, or some of that surprise gold that I've just ordered from Gold Bay that will be in this week. That's going to be some more of their of Dave's specimen gold, some stuff I've never had before, something else I've never seen on YouTube either. So that'll be another Gold Bay first time YouTube premiere video on that material. So that should be interesting to see. It looked like it was going to be some cool stuff. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. We've got a couple other dirts to get into before that one. So, all right, well, there's our first pan. I'm going to pick through this other a bit, and we'll be back. I'm getting down to the bottom. I'm not sure if it looked more yellowish orange whenever I picked it up out of the pan. I don't know if that could be a piece of topaz or not. It looked a little different than the other pieces I've been pulling out, but that's it. I've seen some gold starting to pop up, working down through here, picking out a lot of little red pieces in this stuff. So it's definitely a seek and find pay dirt as you go through. So, all right, I'm still working it down. All right, we're down to the bottom of this next pan. I have to say, it takes a little while to get through this. Whenever you got to stop and keep picking out the little shards, and I was gonna pick it up, but it's got a magnet stuck onto it, as it does to everything now. But I mean, you can see that's a pretty good little amount of reds that are coming out of this. A lot more than the greens, but they keep popping up as I'm panning down. So, and the material's so fine, you got to wash it real easy so you don't move that gold out with it. So there's a little bit bigger piece showing up there, it looks like, which is cool. Yeah, seek and find. That's been the theme of my last 2 weeks down here, trying to get this job done. I'm about to have to go to the next town over, Thibodaux, which is about 30 minutes away, to get 2 boards, because I need 2 more pieces of fir fascia board to finish off the house I'm doing. And I got the last ones they had here at Lowe's, and they were supposed to be getting some more in. Went there today. They showed they had 9 pieces. Or 11 pieces. They had none. No other place. Home Depot's been waiting for 3 weeks to get some in. No time saying, but they told me that they did show to have 60 pieces in at the Lowe's in Thibodaux. So it is what it is. But so I decided I'd try to get this done first, instead of go out there and get the boards and then come back and be dark trying to get this in, because I also just realized yesterday that Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow. So it's like in a time warp down here. So, but I went today and ordered my turducken. I had a customer who was telling me how she gets one every year. Has the grocery store down here, Rouse's, make her up a turducken. Look at that nice little chunk of. Can I pick that up? Yes, I can. That's my first. That may be my first lynch picker that I could pick up there. So it's small, but again, like I said, it has that lynch characteristic of that chunky. It doesn't look too good out here in this light, but we'll look at it closer when we get it done. But very pretty. All right, I'm liking seeing all this gold showing up. But yeah, they make them from, you know, fresh for you. Actually, they get in there. The turkey comes in deboned, except for the leg bones, and then the chicken they have is already fully deboned, and then they stuff 2 duck breasts in. So you got a turkey with a chicken, stuffed with a chicken, stuffed with a duck. And but yeah, he said no problem. They'll have it ready for me next Tuesday. So now the issue is, can I get a new stove by then? Because my oven blew up on me last week. My oven door just exploded. The handle came undone on one side, and it's only 2 years old, piece of shit Whirlpool. And when I went to open it, it shattered and blasted glass over 6 feet across my kitchen floor to all the way to my back door, all over me, covered me with it's like safety glass from that, you know, that breaks into, shatters into dust and little small, you know, cubic fragments. But yeah, it was ridiculous. But it's not without that the inner glass is still intact in the oven, but it doesn't keep the heat in, so it's fluctuating on the temperature when I try to use it. So yeah, so I need a new oven before I can cook a turducken in there. So that's going to be the question now, if I can get an oven by then. Yeah, it's everything's a pain in the ass these days. So that's why it's nice to go to gold. So that's why I'd go ahead and see if I could get this done and have it processed, get it ready for the weekend to post. And I was actually planning, like I said, I got that Gold Bay that's arriving on Friday, but Creed at 9 Finger Mining had mentioned to me that they made a comment on one of our feeds or something that nobody's done his kinkies video on his kinkies. So I was like, well, dude, send me a bottle. I'll try some. So I ordered a gram bottle from him, and I was talking to him on the weekends, like, well, I don't have time to go to the bank today. I'll get it out for you, because he was going when he was leaving to go out of town, and he was leaving on Monday, and he texts me back and says, dude, I'll go ahead and put it out for you. I trust you. Don't worry about it, And so, he was, I still had it paid for him before it, by Sunday. But it was just the fact that he was, willing to trust me on that, and know that, but we interact a lot from these channels and stuff. So it's not like a stranger, I guess you'd say. But, so yeah, so he sent it out on Monday before he left town, and I got it on Friday. 4 days later, it was in the door. And for a gram of gold in that Kinky's vial that's only about that big, you cannot see a speck of gold in it. So it's some super fine stuff, and invisible to the naked eye, apparently, because it's not a very much dirt to have to look through for a gram to not show up anywhere, any speck in there. So, but yeah, so he's he's the first YouTuber I've actually had success getting PAYDIRT from. I tried 2 others, and both of them I had to get my money back from PayPal on them, because didn't do it right, and I'm not going to jack around with it. So it's really nice to, when I did my giveaway, I got, I was waiting for one of them for 6 weeks. It never came in. I was like, man, just send me money back. I don't want to hear excuses. You keep saying you're sending it out. And so, I don't appreciate that. Like I said, I did my giveaway. My stuff was out the week after I had it, and nobody sent me money for that. That was, when you pay money, you expect to have some service out of it, So, like I said, Creed is a straight up guy, and he sent he sent me a bunch of stickers and 9 Finger Mining, and a couple of pretty unique ones. I'll show you when we do that one that he made. I know he made them custom for me there because he recognized that I might appreciate them, but but I really like them. They're pretty cool. So that's the one I was going to try to do in between the Thanksgiving specialty gold that I'm getting from Gold Bay and this one. So I'm trying to get it worked out, make time for it. So but yeah, I mean, you go down to Lowe's right now and it's just like, it looks like the day before a hurricane's hitting here. Every day is like that, just trailers and trucks, and there's thousands of people in this town now that aren't normally here, that are workers and support people and crews, and it's crazy the huge amount of people that are in this town now. And it shows up at Lowe's especially. Like I said, there's 10 people deep in line to get out with carts full of lumber and plywood and everything else you can imagine, insulation, everything that you can imagine. And it's just crazy. So 'tis the season. And then the supply problems are just getting I mean, at least they got the basic stuff of sheetrock and treated lumber and 2x4s and stuff like that for the most part. But yeah, just like that, trying to get that fur, that fascia. Everybody's got damaged houses, and that's one of the biggest items that just gets sucked out. So that's why I got to get out there today to get some. While they say they got 60 pieces, somebody could have one order and they'd all be gone. So it's first come, first serve. So like I said, when I finish this up, heading north up to Thibodaux for lumber. It's as valuable as gold these days. All right, well, I've been talking to this. We'll work this down and I'll be back. All right, we're getting down to the bottom of this one. And I've been feeling, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear something rattling around in this at the bottom of this dirt since I've been doing this. So it was something heavy. And when I just rolled some back, I caught a glimpse. So it's a nice little surprise at the end of the bottom of this pan. From what I could see. So let's go ahead and see what's like I said, as I've been watering, panning it down, I could keep hearing it rattling back and forth like a rock down in there underneath the sand. Still picking out a lot of red. And we did have some nice little pieces of gold starting to show up on the edge. I might have jumped the gun a little bit on this one. I could have panned it down a little. See, that looks like that might be a piece of topaz. If you're seeing that and recognize, I mean, but it looks yellow. It's very thin and like just a thin flake, but I think that's what that is. That would be my guess. Never having seen any naturally, I would not be surprised if I was incorrect on that, but I've got a nice little bit of gold left on this bottom of this last pan to get our gram guarantee. Hopefully a gram plus. a little lanyap. That's what they call it down here when you get a little extra on top of what you were supposed to get. But look at that piece right there showing up there. Holy cow, that is actually a nice little lynch nugget. My first lynch nugget there. So I like that a lot. It's worth a little bit of a premium on the Gizmo bag to have a piece of their bigger gold. So, like I said, sometimes even a nugget, and it looks like this was one of those sometimes. So that's pretty cool. I'm very happy with that, Lynch. Thank you very much. Still not gonna pay extra $65 or $100 for 3 grams or 5 grams of gold from you, but for $80 on a gram on this one with the gems, and it was some challenge to get it out of here. Like I said, it's fine material, and whenever you got the other, I guess you could go through and just wash it all down and get the gold, then go back and wash it all through and pick through and get the gems, but I just kind of went through it as I was panning it out. And of course I will double check my tailings again when I get done with this. But yeah, man, that's quite the surprise, because like I said, I did not see that anywhere in all the dirt going through this, and it just showed up at the very end of this pan. I could hear it rattling around underneath there, so it sounded like that. I was like, what is usually there's only one thing that makes that kind of a sound underneath the dirt like that, and that's a chunk of gold. But I was not expecting to see one like that, so I was thinking maybe it's a, one of those big peridots or something that's heavier. It's amethyst or something that was underneath. And right before I turned the camera back on, I said I got a glimpse of it on the edge. It was I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the edge, and could tell it was a nice piece of gold. So I thought we would all see it together. So yeah, man, it's all right. I'm like I said, I'm happy with this, and I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna be shorting us on our gram weight. I don't think they're really known for being gold nugget sales about it, where they, like Mike says, we weigh them heavy. But as long as we get our guarantee and a nice chunk like that in there, and some pretty pieces of gold, I think we're going to be very happy with this. So we'll suck this up. Maybe too big to go in the bottle. I believe it is. How cool is that? So yeah, like I said, man, that is a nice lynch nugget. It has that kind of chunky, characteristic lynch look to it. So all right, well, let's get this rinsed out. I tried cutting the tip of my snuffer bottle and my tube and redoing it, and it's already split again, so it's wasted away. This has not been outside. Only that jug has been outside rotting in the sun, so I don't know why this thing was, like I said, crapped out. So after barely 6 months of using it, I've only been doing this since May. It should have lasted. It's a plastic bottle. You would think it would have, like I said, unlike this thing where you're constantly squeezing it and opening it and stripping it and flexing it, and it's held up really good. Even the print on it still stays intact. So I like my little Garrett Gold Guzzler. So all right, well, there we have. Pour off that sandy water. See if it has a few squirts left in this bottle to get us rinsed off. Of course, we had our sufficient amount of jet dry in the water today to make sure some of these smaller pieces of gold did not wash away on us, or float away on us, I should say. But so there we have it. That's a nice little pan of Lynch gold, I have to say. I'm like I said, I'm really happy about it. And we've got where's our big piece? There he goes. let's get him in the pan there. So yeah, let's dry this up and see what it weighs out to. I'm gonna jump back through these tailings real quick, make sure I didn't miss any little particulates. So Yes, all that glitters isn't gold, but nothing glitters like it, you know. that's all right. And on top of that, we have our, oh, I'm still zoomed in. We have our tray of stuff there. So actually, let's rinse those off real quick. All right, and there's a good look at our gems. Some nice, like I said, it's a pretty piece of amethyst there. Beautiful cube. I'm still not sure what these are. If those are, I mean, they're black and they're, you know, they seem gem-like, but they're bigger pieces, like they should be something. And then I think that, like I said, I think that's ruby chips that are there, or they might be, I don't know if sapphire comes out like that or not. And then there's our what I think to be our topaz, maybe. And then, like I said, I'm not sure if that's that. If like that looks more like peridot there, and these look like Apache tears, because usually peridot that I've seen is not that smooth. And then we've got our clear quartz and our very cool piece of turquoise. So yeah, pretty cool little variety in the gem bag there. So all right, I just wanted to show that in the water. It looks prettier when it's wet and shiny. Well, all right, we've got us a nice pretty pan full of dried gold here from our Lynch Mining Gizmo bag. And like I said, you can see that it's got some nice chunky character to the small pieces. There's that big piece, and it's like I said, it's really pretty. And then our smaller chunks, all of them are like I said, all of them are got that lynch chunky look to them. So I think they're in nice pretty gold, nice pretty colors. So neat little pieces there. So let's see what our weight comes out to on this. Let's get our paper here. Get everything tapped out, scraped out. Where's our bowl? Here's our bowl. Turn on the scale. Nope. It's zeroed out. Let's check it. 20 grams on our 20-gram weight. Let's see if there's a couple of dark pieces in there like that right there, but it moved with the gold and stayed with it, so I'm just a bit hesitant to chunk it out. Even though it is darker, it's I mean, I don't. When you flip it over one way, it's kind of got that almost that pyrite look to it, but there really wasn't any pyrite in here. But I mean, it doesn't fit in with the others, so I don't know. I hate to discount take it out if it's got a chance. We've still got a few little specks of sand in there. There was really no flour gold or super fine gold in there with that stuff. So let's see what there's another one that's very black that stayed in with the gold. All right, let's see what we come out to on our total. Oh, still zoomed in on that too much. So our reveal is 1.026 grams, which that looks pretty good to me. It's moving between 6 and 7, but it looks like that is going to be our number, 1.026. Very cool. Let's see what that one little chunk weighs. I mean, I bet that's about 2/10 at least. We're zeroed. Damn, I'm always off on that 0.3, almost 4/10, 0.383 on that little chunk of gold there. So nice, like I said, a nice little sample. My battery's running down on here. A nice little sample piece there for the occasional nugget. Well, we got us an occasional nugget right there, and I count that as a pretty nugget. So very cool. All right, so y'all know I always like to get up close and personal with it when we get it out. So let's just take a little better look at this stuff. And I'm still dealing with getting the best shots on this stuff. For some reason, I'm still with this new tripod compared to my one that would sit on the counter as far as getting those close-up shots. But I mean, like you said, you can see that is some very pretty and chunky. And the camera's not really doing it justice. It looks a lot more golden in this light here that I'm spinning it around in than it's showing up. But that gives you get the idea of it there. It's some pretty, very pretty lynch gold. I'm really happy with that. We will what did we say? 1.027028. So it makes for a nice batch, like I said, but it's really golden, bright gold color. It looks a little dark on this in this light on this screen here, but it is not. It is very shiny and beautiful. So let's add up some numbers and see what. There's our other little chunk there that was a chunkier piece. That's another little black flake, but yeah, that little picker. So it's just always, I just love looking at this stuff up close like that, where you get a look at all the character in it and the different, for such small pieces, there's so much going on, and even the tiniest little pieces with little nooks and crannies, and like I said, it's just really cool stuff. So I'm going to run some numbers on this. We'll be right back. Well, all right. On our most lovely lynch gold here, I added up the numbers, and the day I bought this, gold was going for $1,793 an ounce and 4 cents. $59.26 is the gold value that we got off of our 1.028 grams. That gives us a 72% ROI on this gold, on the $82.35 bag of GIZMO'S SUPREMO. Now, today, gold has gone up $1,867.87 an ounce. So since I bought this, it's actually increased in value, and is it worth $61.73 with a 75% ROI. Oh, that's what I left off. It's a 72% ROI for our date purchase gold value. But as of today, for what the gold is going for, it's 75% ROI on it. So it's made money since we got it, and like I said, it's some beautiful gold. So it's I'm very happy with that. I mean, it's like I said, we can get better ROIs from a number of other PAYDIRTs, but for like I said, for some lynch, to have the GIZMO bag, since I'd done the smaller one, and like I said, I kind of accidentally ordered it anyway, so it was what it was. But I was looking at getting some, so I just went ahead and did it, whether I intended to or not. So But let's add that to, we've got our vial of Lynch gold that I've pulled off of from my last batch. So let's just dump this out and see how it looks compared to this Gizmo bag, if it looks the same, because I've noticed that sometimes gold looks considerably different from one bag to another, and from different times from to another. So in this case, it looks like we are pretty close to. Of course, this is just smaller stuff. This is the size of gold you get out of those $20, $17, and $16 original Lynch bags. This is about 6.1, I think, gram, 0.61 tenths of a gram from the 3 bags I had done of the small bags. And then, of course, this is the gram with the bigger chunk on this one. So it's all good. Very happy with that. So let's pull out. Where's my? I forget I have it, but I have. Well, where is it now? I was going to use my buddy John R. Prospecting had sent me a funnel to use for my gold, and I always forget about it whenever I go to dump my gold into my containers. So let's see if it'll take the big piece will fit in here. Looks like it went all. No, I don't think it did. It is not going to work on that. So this gold just need a bigger. I guess I could snip the bottom of the funnel to make it accommodate the larger gold. So we'll go ahead and put that nice chunky piece in by hand. Put our funnel back in there. I like the funnel. I've used it a couple of times when I've been looking through my gold, and since I remembered that he sent me a couple of them. So yeah, that's a no mess, no spill, and working on and I'll have more to add to this whenever I do like I say, my Lynch Vulture bag. So I'll have at least another 2 tenths to add to that. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we have our gems that came with this, and some rather pretty ones. And I was looking for what I could see. Like these black ones really have they're kind of a charcoal looking, translucence to them. You can see the light refracting through them. Some of them more than others. Like that one is it actually looks pretty clear. Angel, get back! Stop it! She's knocking my camera over. But yeah. So compared to how dark and black they are in the just looking at them, and then of course looking at the where's my other? Oh, these again these I know the peridot comes out of the volcanics. It's hard to get a good light on these things to show, but got some fuzz on it. But you can see it has that Apache Tears look of the obsidian iridescence to it. Translucence to it. So I'm not sure if those are actually peridot or Apache Tears that are smoothed out, and then the little of course it's not showing up that well on this, but the little red chunks there that I'm guessing are pieces of ruby. I don't think they'd be sapphire. And our nice piece of very pretty turquoise. So yeah, it's that one piece that I thought was maybe a piece of what did I say, topaz. It's actually red. It's a piece of the ruby or whatever the red is, but it's on the back side of a rock that is very yellowish, and it's not translucent. So let's say, but like I said, it's a cool and then of course that pretty chunk of of amethyst there, which is really a nice. That's my biggest piece of that I've gotten. So that's really cool. Very nice looking. So like I said, overall, it's really some cool little pieces in there with it, and then of course whatever this I guess clear quartz, some kind of cloudy quartz, or it's very smooth and like it's polished. But so yeah, we'll have to do some looking around to see what that stuff actually means to be. But all right. And then of course, yes, I've got my my Gizmo Supremo lip chapstick. So that's about it for this one. We're gonna be getting ready to delve into the kinkies next, if I can get it together. And got our gold put away. The Lynch, like I said, it's a little more than I usually pay for a Lynch bottle, but Lynch bag. But it was what it was. So we did the big gizmo, checked it out, liked it, had fun with it. Let's see if I can get. I'm having trouble with my tripod. So we're about to be moving into Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving weekend, and going into Thanksgiving week. So everybody, I hope y'all are gathering your Thanksgiving goods and being able to acquire what you need for your dinners and your family gatherings and whatnot. Because I know that the stores have a lot of barren shelves these days. So, am I still zoomed in too much? Yeah, I thought it was. I can see a reflection in the glass, and that's not right. Usually, it's like right up where you got the eye. If I do that, I have to erase it. So, all right. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and this was the Gizmo Lynch Mining Supremo Gem and Gold bag with the gram. And we got our gram, we got our gems, and it was fun. So once again, I thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for that kinkies. It's going to be Creed says 9-figure mining. It's tough stuff, and it looks tough. So that'll be a fun one to get through. Until the next time, peace out, my friends. And remember, all that glitters is not gold. Sometimes it's jewels.